Our Layman's Guide to Mindfulness. The entire 60-minute session, brief talk related to your life, activities, thinking, perception that causes the stress and the suffering in our life. So we'll have a brief understanding of the Eastern wisdom, followed by the steps of the practice. Then we will do the practice, we'll share our experiences, and we will conclude the session. Let us pick up the scientific studies on meditation and mindfulness. I read them. Almost every research study is done every week. And I have one big question you should also keep in mind. It will help you to understand what exactly is meditation or mindfulness. Neuroscientists, they say that it helps you to relax. There are changes, positive changes at the physiological, biochemical, neurological level. They talk a lot about alpha waves starts emitting speedily when we regularly practice meditation. No doubt about it. I have no doubt about it. And if the scientific studies says it is also good. They say it induces a deep relaxation, calmness and peace. They also claim that it helps us to manage our anxiety, our stress and suffering. No doubt about it. No doubt. All these research studies are fascinating. And they throw a clear and a deeper understanding about this traditional practice of Eastern wisdom. I have one question, very simple question. How these scientists know that a person is in a meditative state? And if they do not know a person is in a meditative state, what about these research studies? How do they claim that by the practice of meditation these benefits are received by the seekers and the practitioners? This is one of the most important questions the scientists never ask. They create a protocol. They create, there are 5 or 6 or 7 steps. Just focus on the breath and let us observe the variables, changes that is taking place at the physiological level, at the neurological level, at the psychological level, and then they write a research paper claiming that meditation helps. Question remains unanswered whether the person is in a meditation or not. So how they can claim these benefits? And the answer is not given by any scientist. The Eastern wisdom I have been talking about, which is 6,000 years old, we have 3,000 teachers, we have 3,000 texts. Their goal, fundamental goal, is to help a person to become a meditator. The rest of the benefits comes as a byproduct. When you are in a state of meditation, your relaxation, calmness, physiological changes, biochemical changes are the byproduct. They are not the direct result of the state of meditation. And that we do not understand, especially in the West. When we do not understand this in the West, then what happens? Then people go to a meditation class, they don't get a benefit, they still remain in anxiety and stress and the suffering, or they may get some relaxation. They are relaxed, they return to their home and they are again in anxiety and stress. So that person has not become a meditator. The moment you become a meditator, the stress and the anxiety will never touch you. So these research studies hypnotizes us. Oh, I have done meditation, but it is not helping me. It will not help you. Because we are missing the main link. Are you in meditation? Do you know that you are a meditator? Do you know that you are living in a meditative state during the practice, after the practice, in your daily life? Then everything is simple. Can science prove that a person is in a meditative state? And if the science can prove it, we don't need any Eastern wisdom. We don't need the teachings of these great masters. Not at all. Then we can simply follow the science, put the person into a lab, induce a meditative state, and every person becomes free from the stress and the suffering. But this is not possible. Why? We are discovering the subjective reality. In meditation, we discover who am I, not what my physiology is saying, not what is my psychology, not what my neuroscience says. Look at it. There's a big gap. When I say who am I, the Eastern wisdom says our true nature is full of peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. Can you find love in a scientific lab? Can you find peace as a state of consciousness in a research laboratory? The answer is no. You cannot. The scientists find a person is relaxed on the basis of some physiological, behavioral, and psychological parameters. But I'm none of these parameters. And that is where the role of a teacher coming from the Eastern wisdom comes. Because he understands your mental state. At the same time, he knows which step, which practice is to be given. Mindfulness is one, but the practices are different. Approaches are different, not practices are different. So the teacher knows which approach, based on your mental and emotional temperament, the meditation can help you. And this is the biggest missing link in the scientific research on meditation. In today's mindfulness practice, understand the first step. We will follow the Patanjali's principles of doing the asana. Asana means any position of the body that is in the state of stillness the mind is happy, there is a sense of effortlessness, and the mind is looking into the infinite space. So that prepares a strong foundation for any meditation. Then we will move to the next step, where we will make the mind self-oriented, the inward moving mind. And when there is an inward moving mind, then what will happen? The mind starts dropping the objective reality. What is that? The mind naturally drops the world of people, of place, of possessions. And the moment it leaves, the result is a deeper calmness and relaxation and a sense of joy. But this is still not a meditative state. We will continue to go further following few more steps. So let us start our journey of mindfulness today. The eyes are closed. Make your body comfortable whether you are lying down or sitting. It all depends on you, my friends. It all depends on you, my friends. You're comfortable. Body is lying down or sitting. So first make it comfortable before we follow the four-pointed approach of the Patanjali. Look at the neck joint, feel the sensation, being comfortable. Shoulder joints, feel the sensation and being comfortable. Hip joint, feel the sensation and being comfortable. Knee joints, feel the sensation and being comfortable. Ankle joints. Now see, when I say you to be comfortable and you are not, what should you do? Just adjust and align those joints of the body. Take the mind there. Feel the sensation. And if you feel unease, you can adjust and align. No, while sitting I feel uncomfortable. Lie down. I've been telling you. Understand that part. Meditator lives in a state of consciousness, transcending the body, the breath, and the mind. And we are laying that foundation in this journey today. So the entire body is comfortable, feeling the sensation and being comfortable. Now look at the head and the neck. I will pick up all the 4 points: the steadiness, the happy mind, effortlessness, and the mind is looking into the space inside. So first look at the head and the neck. Where you experience the stillness in the body, so check it, head and the neck. It is not only comfortable, but there is a sense of stillness too. It is just a stillness. And then look inside. The mind is happy. Is the mind happy at this? Cheerful. Without being cheerful, mindfulness never succeeds. And that is why I give a talk, to take your mind from outside to inside. Look again the head and the neck and experience the sense of effortlessness, a sense of naturalness. See that? A sense of effortlessness and naturalness. As if you are in a state of doing nothing. 3 points are done, and the 4th point, in that state, your mind can easily look into the space inside the head and the neck. And when it looks into the space inside the head and the neck, you get a glimpse of, I would say you get an experience. Oh wow, a wow moment comes. But it is very important to repeat these steps to the major parts of the body. Why? To help purify the mind, to keep the mind inside. If it doesn't happen today, it will happen by regular practice. So look at the right arm. Good. So, the right arm, experience the sensation and the stillness. A sense of effortlessness, a naturalness, as if your mind is not seeking anything, it wants to remain in the state of stillness and effortlessness. It is something wonderful. Then, looking inside and understanding, experiencing the cheerfulness. Do you give value to meditation? The moment you give the value to the meditation, the cheerfulness comes. It's not a big deal. And looking inside the right arm in the space, looking inside the right arm in the space, you will discover the infinite space. Left arm. First the sensation, experience, then stillness, then effortlessness. Effortlessness means as if you are with the body or not with the body, it makes, you're perfectly natural. That is going to help. But I can understand if you are in anxiety, your body moves, and it is the mind, the habitual and the conditioned mind moves the body. Don't worry about it. Just look at it. You need not to react. You need not to respond. Just maintain an awareness. And in that awareness of the stillness and effortlessness, when you look inside, you experience the state of happy mind and the space you are there. You see that what I have been doing with you guys? I'm helping you to move from a practitioner to a meditator. And that is why I am explaining all those points. Look at the chest and the belly. So there is a sensation. There is a stillness. Sensation and stillness. and also the effortlessness, a naturalness. What is that effortlessness? You are in a state of doing nothing. You're not doing anything. Make sure. No, but my mind is working. Let it work, but you are not doing anything. No, but mind is thinking. Let it think, but you don't do anything. You don't want to respond or react or press. The moment you are into that state, the mind moves inside. You experience the state of cheerfulness and the space inside. That will take you deeper. Well, look at the right leg. So first thing, looking at the right leg. Looking at the right leg. Sensation and stillness. Sensation and stillness and effortlessness. Yes, it is sensation and stillness, and a sense of effortlessness is there. Then what happens? A sense of effortlessness is there. In that moment, the mind is looking inside the right leg. The instant joy and happiness is there, and you are aware of the infinite space. Look at the left leg. Casually, looking is not doing anything, my friend. There is a sensation, there is a stillness, there is an effortlessness, and in that state of effortlessness, when the mind looks inside, it experiences cheerfulness and the space. The mind naturally becomes aware of the space. I have seen it millions of times. So what I experience, I translate into these steps to help you based on the principles of the Eastern wisdom. Look at the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. Feel the sensation in the entire body. Experience the stillness in the entire body. A sense of effortlessness. I'm just giving you an understanding why we should experience a sense of effortlessness, stillness in the body. The mind drops attachment identification with the body. Those are the moments of cheerfulness. You see, Eastern wisdom defines that state of happiness differently. Not based on the objectivity, but based on the subjectivity. And then you are looking inside the body in the infinite space or sense of emptiness. Now see, I combine 4 steps together in this step. Now Viveka. I talk a lot about Viveka. Viveka means to separate. Separate in awareness, through awareness. What to separate? Self from the non-self. We don't know the self yet. So let us at least know what is non-self so that the mind naturally moves there. Look at the head and the neck. Outside is sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look inside the head and the neck. Be there. Just be there. A cheerfulness, an infinite space, and the mind has nothing to hold on. One master says, Mano vai gaganakaram. Mano vai gaganakaram. It's a beautiful. Mind is like an infinite space. Look at the right arm outside, separating. Outside from inside. What is outside? Right arm sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And then look inside, be there, stay there, remain aware of the space inside the right arm. Done. Look at the left arm. Outside, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Inside, be there, experience the space, just doing nothing. The chest and the belly outside, chest and the belly outside. Outside we know we confine the mind on the chest and the belly and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And then looking inside the chest and the belly, there is nothingness, a sense of the space. The Master says, Mano vai gaganakara. You see why I am saying so? When you look at me, your mind takes my shape of the body. When you look at anyone, any object, the mind takes the shape. And when the mind looks at the space, so it becomes like the shape of the space. Is there any shape of the space? No. And here the mind drops the objective reality to find out the state of the mindfulness. Continue. The entire right leg outside, the sensation, relaxation, and stillness, and inside, the space, the calmness. The space is there, and You are experiencing the space inside a state of the calmness. Now when you live into that state where the mind is moving inside, it is very easy to be aware of the breath. Look at the breath. Again, remember the three-pointed awareness of the breath. First, let us pay attention to the one point of awareness. The breath is going in and coming out. With reference to sensation, relaxation, and stillness, mind is looking inside in the space and the breath. You should discover what it means by awareness of the breath, not the focus of the breath. It will not work. Focus on the breath will drive unwanted thoughts from the mind, and the habitual mind will remain active. So I'm not saying you have to focus on the breath. Continue to experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the body. 1. Mind looking inside. 2. And looking the space inside, and then looking at the breath that is going in and out. The first point of awareness of the breath. And then see what happens. You need not to start thinking too much. And you can drop the very thinking if you return to an experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Looking into the space inside, awareness of the breath. And what is the first point of awareness of the breath is going in, coming out. Going in, coming out. That's all. Now we will pick up the second point of awareness of the breath, and you will see your mind will start merging deep inside. So your experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness, looking inside, being cheerful, looking into the space. First point of awareness of the breath, going in and out. Second point of awareness of the breath, you start feeling the sensation inside the nose. You know what will happen? The mind will be absorbed into the moving breath and the sensation inside the nose. Why we need that? You will lose awareness of the external world, of people, of possessions, of place, of habitual mind, of the past impressions. It will give you a sense of wholeness. Today I am explaining deeply what exactly it means by the awareness of the breath. Continue, please. two points, two-pointed awareness of the breath, going in and out and feeling the sensation of that air that strikes the nose. Every time the breath goes in and every time the breath returns. That is the key. By awareness of the breath, according to the Eastern wisdom, we are approaching the subjective reality. It is not simply the focus. Anyone can focus. Focus is not there. And now, third point of awareness of the breath, that heightens your attention to discover the inner peace and happiness. And such a simple step. What is the third point awareness? You do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. You are simply aware that you are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Third point, second point was feeling the sensation, and the first is moving breath. In the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. As if you're looking at the wall which is not changing, you are not changing it. As if you're looking at the traffic which is moving, but you are not changing, you are not doing anything. That is the point. So once you realize that the mind is not changing the breath, the mind leaves the world completely outside, and in the mind you have a wisdom, and in that wisdom you know the inner peace and happiness. It is easiest, it is the simplest, and yet it is challenging. You are not doing anything. The mind stays on the breath. It remains aware of the breath. It consciously knows you are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. In those moments, the mind experiences the silence and meditation happens. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences. Then bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences so that we can progress.